Alright, so, I'm just gonna, I guess do this in one take. I would have done it with a script, but it's fucking hard to do shit with a Steam Deck, you know? And I don't really feel like writing everything down right now on, like, a piece of paper, so, yeah, no, screw it. So I am a big fan of Heartstopper. Uh, I own the main 5 books, and I fucking love them. I personally really adore pretty much all of the characters, except for like the, I guess, well, I don't want to say bad guys, but basically the bad guys, like a Harry, just as like an example, whatever. But like, what I actually really like about Heartstopper as a story is just like not only like Nick and Charlie's cute relationship moments. I think those are good. I really enjoy them. Obviously, they're like half the reason. But the other half, I guess you could say, is just like the themes that Heartstopper touches as a story of like depression and eating disorders and stuff like that. I just personally, while I do not suffer from these conditions myself, I just really find the way that the characters deal with them and try to uh, solve or um, change those things to be just really relatable to myself, and it kind of feels like they speak to me in a way for my own personal issues, which I'm obviously not gonna get into, but yeah, I really like Heartstopper. So, therefore, I decided to watch the Netflix show, at the very least, just the first season. I haven't seen season 2 at the time of recording this, neither seasons 3 or 4 are out. But season 1 specifically mainly covers like the first 2 volumes of Heartstopper. And so those are the main ones that I'm gonna base myself on when it comes to covering what I like, what I didn't like, stuff like that. One of the main things that I like about the show it's that as an adaptation, it takes the story of Heartstopper, which is like not a very long story. At the very least, well, I mean, it is a long story. It has like over 2,000 pages and stuff, but like like the first 2 volumes are only like I think like 500-ish pages, and since it's a comic book, it takes up a lot more space, and yeah. But what the show does actually that I really enjoy is that due to it being a TV show, it adds a ton more to the story, and mainly the other characters like Tao, Al, Tara, and Darcy mainly. In the books, we do get to know them as characters, obviously. They are, like, fairly close to the characters, after all. But we don't really get to spend much time with them, which is fine within the context of the book, because, like, the book's main focus is always Nick and Charlie. It is always them, because, again, they're, like, the main characters of the story, so it's fine. But since the TV show has a lot more time, we actually get to know and understand a lot of these characters better. We get to see things, like for example, how Al slowly gets more accustomed to Hicks compared to Truman, and how Al's relationship grows with Tal over time. And due to the adaptational changes here, while the story is different, most of like the main plot beats, I guess you could say, still are there. Like for example, like Charlie's birthday party, that plays out differently here in one particular scene. I'll talk more about the differences from the books later, but like specifically like the bathroom scene with Tal and Charlie, we actually don't have Tal opening up to Charlie as to why he feels the way he does, because uh, while I do like that scene in the books where it's like how opening up to his friend and explaining his insecurities and stuff, here it actually plays into the story of the show where we have like a small falling out between Tao and Charlie by episode 7, and then they rekindle their friendship by episode 8. And I actually do like that also. Charlie's reworking, I guess you could say. Because in the books, let's talk about Ben for a little bit. So Ben in the books kind of just disappears after the first one. I haven't read like Solitaire and stuff. I'm not sure if he's there. But in like the main Heartstopper, he just like stops appearing after volume 1 for the most part, unless it's like in the background or in like Charlie's memories of him. But here, Ben actually plays like a much bigger role, to the point where you could almost say he's like the main antagonist, I guess, of the show. Well, not exactly. Like, he's not there for around half of it, but the half that he is in, he leaves a much bigger impact because specifically the Sin and the Cinema, while it's mostly accurate to the books, like dialogue and stuff, everything there is great. I really like it. It's a faithful adaptation, but there's one major change within the structure of the story, which is that Ben is there because it was established earlier that Ben is one of the people who Harry or is friends with, and by extension, since Nick is quote unquote friends with Harry, he goes there. So instead of it just being Harry there, Charlie also has the pressure of Ben, who kind of adds onto Charlie's insecurities when, like, after he leaves the theater and he has his talk with Nick about how he's used to the homophobia and stuff. Ben actually walks up to Charlie and like just reinforces those insecurities of like no one will ever love you and stuff like that. And then finally that causes Charlie to want to break up with Nick because he feels guilty. He feels as if he's responsible for everything bad that's happened in Nick's life recently. And Ben's manipulation almost works on him, but that's until he like has his little talk with the art teacher. I forgot his name, I'm so sorry. And then at the marathon he like wins, and he just like tells him to his face, I'm not going to let you control my life anymore because of your own insecurities. And I just think that's great. I think that is a much more satisfying, much more rational conclusion to Ben's appearance in the story. I mean, I haven't watched season 2. I don't know if he's gonna appear there. Again, story differences and whatever. But like, I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. I think that fits better as a conclusion for Ben as a character. And Harry is also a character that's changed because like I used to think he was like ginger in the books. I guess it was never confirmed because like they intentionally take a black and white palette. That was a creative decision, but that's not in the show. It's fine. Different vision. But in the show, Harry, the reason why Harry hangs out with Nick is actually shown to us rather than simply like the dialogue at the end of Volume 1 and then the little scene at the start of Volume 2 where you like see Harry asking Nick, are you alright, and stuff like that. We actually get to see how Nick, because of the pressure of the moment and not knowing what to do or what to say or fearing like the people that he thought were his friends were gonna leave him behind, he actually like says, yeah, we're cool to Harry, which is what leads towards the cinema scene, and it makes the impact of Harry saying the F slur just hit all the harder, you know, because like in a way Nick almost like gave him, well, not a second chance, not at all, but like he it's hard to say, but like point is it really like hits more emotionally, I guess. And then you have like this whole scene where after the fight he's still at school and he gets into another fight with Tao before they break it up. He gets suspended, and I don't know what they're gonna do with him in season 2. I assume they're also gonna feature him more. They're in like the Paris plotline, but yeah. As for let me think here. Tao, let's talk about Tao. Right. So Tao here is actually fairly different from the show in a lot of ways, but he still feels like himself. That's the thing. I'm just gonna say this right now. All the characters feel on point with their original counterparts. I think that's a very good aspect of having Alice Oseman like supervising and approving everything. It makes the characters feel accurate, other than the dialogue that's just like straight up from the books. And Tao himself, he goes through like a much larger arc in the TV show than he does in the books. He takes a lot more time to finally accept that Nick is with Charlie. It's like his whole arc during the season. And also, due to the extra time we get with Elle, we get to find out that, I guess, well, we don't get to find out anything. I don't think that's fair, actually. I don't think that's like a fair assessment. I just don't really know what to say about Tao. Other than like, I guess this is when we can start getting into like the differences between the books and the show. Because holy fucking shit, my stupid fucking book nerd brain was going off like woo 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 every single time that something was fucking different. I guess I'll go through like the major things that I remember mainly, excluding like the new plot points such as like the sports competition and Inogen, fuck. Okay, so first, they moved the scene at I don't know how to say this in English. This is embarrassing. I bought the books in Spanish because that's my native language, even though I speak English, but and I don't know how to say it. But let's say the shed. Yeah, let's say the shed. It's the scene where like it's raining and they go to the plant room that nobody uses in Charlotte. If you've read the books, you know what I mean, okay? Okay. They moved that into later, way later, like episode 6, because Nick's bisexuality is something that's actually expanded a lot more here. Again, expanding on stuff from the show that's in the expanding from stuff in the books that's in the show, okay? Okay. And I actually thought that was a little weird at first, but like the dialogue is still the same. It just kind of feels odd to not have it there. But it does make sense. Again, that's what I'm trying to say. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's bad, is what I'm saying. Because it's still like generally the same story, and that is good. I like that. I'm probably gonna have to cut this out on the recording. Differences. I guess it just really... Oh, no, wait. Right. I just remembered, like, something. They removed part of a scene where, like, Nick... No, they removed, like, No, they changed. I mean, they removed it, but they changed... Fuck. They changed a scene, like the scene where, Nick is about to hold Charlie's hand while he's asleep. In, like, episode 2. So that, like, the people aren't kissing on screen, I guess. That was a little on the nose. I actually think that's a fine change. But, I guess this is a nitpick, but also, for some reason, they, like, removed the thing where Charlie, takes Nick's hoodie with him. I guess it was, like, a little weird, but it also kind of just felt cute and stuff. I mean, it's not a big issue. I'm fine with it, but, yeah. Though, I guess that is when we're gonna have to start addressing my problems. Wait, no, actually, one more thing. Not when it comes to changes, because, frankly, I can't, like, think of any major ones that come to mind at the moment, other than new stuff. And speaking of new stuff, I think we need to talk about Inogen first, before we move on to my problems, because Inogen is a brand new character added to the TV show, and I think that she is a, honestly, great addition. I really, really like Inogen's character in the show. Because, like, she likes Nick. She likes him a lot. At least enough to want to go on a date with him. But, like, she's not, like, an antagonistic force towards Nick or anything. She simply just doesn't know that he's forming feelings for somebody else. Because Nick hasn't come out of the closet at this point. And so, but like, she understands from, like, she isn't whiny about, and how do I put this in a way that doesn't sound fucking stupid? Because, like, her dog dies in the same episode where this happens, but, she's, like, doesn't, cry out or try to hold on to Nick in any way once he tells her that she's simply not for him. she like completely understands him, and it leads to this pretty touching conversation where Nick expresses how he feels like he hasn't been himself for a very long time, and that Charlie is finally making him feel not happy per se, but like himself again. And I just think that's super fucking sweet. That's awesome. Like, that adds a little extra layer of depth to these characters that I already love. And I just think that's great. That is, like, something I would have genuinely enjoyed seeing in the books themselves. Because it just adds to the story and it makes it better. All of this stuff makes the story better, in my opinion. Well, not better as in, oh, it's superior to the original, you don't even have to read the books. Rather, they exist alongside the books as their own retelling of the story, and I think they work great as that. But this is when we're gonna have to start getting into my problems with the show, and my main one is that they removed fucking Alid and they changed him for this guy called Isaac. No offense towards the actor that plays him, obviously, but like, I genuinely was just like fucking confused for like half the show. So who the fuck is this dude? Who let Bro on the team? He like does nothing throughout the whole show, basically. In the books, admittedly, Alid is the one that does the least out of the friend group. Solely because he's the token, like, lone guy, I guess. That's a weird way to put it, actually. I'm saying a lot of things that I don't think I would say if this was scripted, but... basically, yeah. Alid might have not, like, played a big contribution into the books, but, like, he still did stuff! He still felt like an actual character. Isaac could be just completely removed from the TV show and literally nothing would change. And I just don't like that. I don't think that's good. I hope they do more with him in Season 2, but in Season 1, I just do not like him. I do not like him, and I would have rather them had Alid in the show. I guess another issue that I have is... I'm trying not to let my fanboy brain win over me here. Fuck. Honestly, I know this is like unscripted. I haven't really formulated my thoughts that deeply other than, oh my god, it's Heartstopper, yay. But like, honestly, I'm not joking when I say this. I can't really think of any other... Wait, no, that's right, the swearing. There. I'm not a fanboy. I don't like that they remove most of the swearing. They keep like they keep Harry calling Charlie the upslur, but like they remove a lot of the swearing from the show, and the dialect still feels natural, it feels fine, but man, I miss fucking Nick calling Harry like self-obsessed homophobic piece of shit whatever. I just think that's really funny, and it makes the characters actually sound like teenagers in a way. Cause like, let's be honest, most fucking teenagers swear to the moon and back. I'm speaking from experience, of course. But yeah, no, those are like my main two gripes. Most of the other stuff is just like really minor. And again, I know how this is gonna make me sound like I'm a fucking fanboy who can't criticize things that he likes. But at the moment, that's really all I can think of. Maybe if I like watch the show again and take notes and stuff, I can formulate a more comprehensive, broader list of issues that I have with it. But that's all that really comes to mind right now. I'm sorry, I guess. But overall, I would genuinely say that as a massive fan of the books of Heartstopper, I loved this. I am so excited to see Season 2, and we're watching the premiere of Season 3 coming soon, I guess. The casting was great for everyone. The direction of stuff felt really good. I like the little animated I like the little like animated bits that Alice Osman puts in to like add this little extra uniqueness, like flavor to it. I also like the shots where they use sort of like comic panels when it's like the characters texting. I think that's a nice way to pair them up and make them feel unique and visually engaging. Because like in the books you just read them and it's fine because they're a book, duh. But in the TV show, it's a nice way to make it work better, you know? I guess it was just like a lightning round of stuff that I didn't think of, I guess. But yeah, no, I really, really loved the show a lot. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. I am very sorry for the lack of editing on this, but this is just like my broad, unscripted thoughts. And yeah, bye. Oh yeah, also I forgot to record this initially, but I like how they add multiple pop songs, and it's kind of cheesy how they all fit the situation that's going on in the show, but I also really like that because it's fucking like cute and stuff, and I Belong in Your Arms is like literally the best fucking song ever. Okay, bye for real now.